lights on in the house. Grant, are you down?
There we go.
Grant, stand up. Grant was my partner in crime here. He was he helped me with all the special effects. And Bill also helped me with the this initial logo. And unfortunately, a lot of people who helped me are not here. Sound editor, the animation team, and a woman who helped me wade through my consciousness to create the story, and Melissa Nidek, who was really my film guru during the whole process. So anyway, I'm very grateful to all of them. And this is Lila. And Lila's been helping me too. And we're going to have a small Q&A, and she's going to moderate and do whatever she's going to do.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, Sharon, on finishing your beautiful and humorous film. Now is the time if anyone in the audience has some questions to ask Sharon about the process of making her film, the impetus, et cetera, et cetera. You can just raise your hands and I'll call them. Blue sweater in the front.
Hi.
Oh, and speak loud. Speak loudly.
I'll try. Sharon, you've been doing astrology for decades. How shocked were you at how different these astrologers read your chart than how you read your own?
That's a good question. You know, Indian astrology tends to be...
Microphone. Come into the light.
Okay.
Come into the light.
Okay. Indian astrology tends to be very fatalistic, and it has a different set of assumptions, and when you're there, you can more easily understand those assumptions than when you're here. There's a lot about the cultural context that you don't necessarily understand. So, for instance, like they consider the sun to be a malefic instead of a benefic. And you know, in Western astrology, the sun is all about your creativity and your willpower and your self-expression. But there, the sun, you know, dries up things. There are droughts and you know, and so it's not considered to be such a positive energy. And so you have to kind of reframe everything according to that context. And, you know, I knew something about Indian astrology before I went there, but I don't consider myself an Indian astrologer, although I still study it and I look at it. But it tends to be very fatalistic. So, you know, what shocked me more than the content was the certainty. And they were just so certain, you know, and that certainty was just really hard to fight. So that's a good question.
Sharon, when in the process of making this film did you feel like you were actually purging yourself of this curse?
You know, I would say it took about 7 years for me to get over this.
Wow.
Or to process it. And I'm slow, you know, I think I'm kind of slow. But, you know, because I kept looking at the footage and I kept hearing these terrible things about myself.
So
you know, it's like hypnosis. You know, if you, so it was like a kind of subtext going on in my life for a while until I came to terms with, you know, I don't know. I don't know what exactly happened, but I think through the process of making the film, I transcended it.
Yeah.
So,
Creativity.
creativity, art, transformation.
In the front row.
Hey Sharon.
Hey, Karen.
I was wondering, the animation, I thought it was wonderful. I was wondering how you worked with the animation team
Uh-huh.
to tell the story and illustrate the life.
Okay, that was a really important part of it, and I was very fortunate to have somebody to work with whose work I really liked. And what happened was, actually, I worked with this woman, Juliette Bruce, I knew I wanted certain parts of it animated because I couldn't really show it, what was going on. I couldn't show what was going on. So I needed to somehow tell that story. So we came up with little stories that then I did writing about, and then I translated it into, like, you know, I want to show this, 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 and this. And then Emily, who did the drawings, she came up with a storyboard, and she came up with the character, you know. And that whole thing about the bird, I wanted, that was an interesting thing. While this was going on, for some reason, this blue jay kept flying into the window of my office. And it wouldn't go in, you know, the window was closed, but this blue jay kept hitting itself on the window. And it was just a very powerful image for me of this blue bird, like, you know, trying to get somewhere. And so I just got fixated on this blue bird. And, you know, it took a little while for us to get the character exactly right of the bird and of the, you know, the figure of myself, you know, the right thing, you know. She even like went through like a wardrobe, like, what color should your shirt be, and what color should, you know. She didn't really understand martial arts, and she didn't know that my like regular uniform are these tights and a shirt. She just didn't. So she had me in blue jeans and various things. I kept saying, no, that's not me. So